Morning, afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Over here at the church, we're out, of course, Fridays with ID Ministry. So just over here, give this a second for a couple folks to join us. We've got Brian helping out, but I didn't give him anything to do. So, but we do have some links to share with you, and then maybe Brian can clean them up a little bit. All right. Cool. Welcome to your Friday. Happy Friday. Hope you're going to have a lovely weekend. Maybe when the wind dies down and all the dust dies down a little bit. Just wanted to bring you a quick update. There's some stuff happening. People are emerging and vaccines are getting done, and so the activity is really picking up in terms of marches and actions and gatherings and everything like that. And so it almost feels like a flood because it was as if everybody decided all at once, hey, guess what? We're going to do stuff. So I don't have all of it for you, but I do have some actions for you for the weekend. And tomorrow, 11 a.m. Here in DC. So if you're here in DC, this is an option for you. But here in DC tomorrow, May the 1st, which is May Day, and down here in DC on Black Lives Matter Plaza, which is right there on 16th Street, just north of the White House, in front of St. John's. There is an immigration march and rally. It's been organized among multiple groups, but CASA is a main partner who is helping to pull that together. So of course, as with anything in large groups and close contact, you want to bring a mask if you want to be there. But the event is tomorrow, starts 11 a.m. Brian, you're going to have to clean this link up, buddy. Sorry, you're going to have to edit that thing if it even posted correctly. So you can go there to learn a little bit more. Otherwise, we'll just share the actual event page from Facebook. But tomorrow, May the 1st, 11 a.m., Black Lives Matter Plaza. It is a rally around immigration and then a march down toward the mall, ending at, I think they said 4th and Madison, which is roughly between the Museum of the American Indian and the National Gallery. So down on that end, the east wing. So from White House over toward Capitol. That's basically the route. Why? Immigration is still, the reform is badly needed. We're in a 30-year battle now of basically just blaming each other for not doing anything. And then anytime we have power, not doing anything. And so I think back to 2011 was the last time that there was a really good shot, I think, at getting something through, and nothing happened. And that's with Democratic White House, Democratic Congress, and nothing happened. So 30 years of constantly just using people's lives as a way to blame each other for nothing getting done, and we're still doing that. But right now, it's just the time to fight again. And so the real ask is pathways to citizenship for 11.5 million people who have been here on average for 15 years. That's DACA, that's essential workers, that's farm workers, that's TPS holders, that's undocumented folks. But that's the real ask, is a pathway to citizenship for all of those people. And so all of our neighbors. And that will help address the insanity at the border when you actually allow legal and multiple pathways into the country so that people don't feel forced as they're seeking a better life to just do whatever they have to do to get toward a better life. That's what the country was supposed to be about, but I think a lot of political leaders have just lost faith in the country as being a place where people can actually come and have a better life. It's time to have a little more faith in what we can do as a community and what's actually possible in our communities. And as people of faith, you look at this and you say, what's here isn't working, and what's here is abusive and destructive to our neighbors. And from square one, that's not what we're about as people of faith. Love your neighbor. That's our rallying cry all the time at Foundry. Love your neighbor. What we're doing currently isn't getting it done. And so I encourage you, if you can't, if you can't be there tomorrow and out for a march, then especially if you're not in DC and you have senators, even if you think they're going to vote the right way, you still need to be making contact with them, because they can, even if you believe they're going to take the right vote when the time comes, they can still be leaders. They can put their name out there, they can put their vote out there ahead of time and say, yeah, I'm going to be supportive, and they can be working on their colleagues. So it doesn't matter if you think that they're going to do the right thing. You make sure they do the right thing, and you encourage them to bring somebody along. If you're in a state where you feel like the best you can hope for is that your senators or your representatives might vote for something like essential workers, who have been keeping us all alive for the last year and keeping food in front of us and keeping our spaces clean and working in the medical facilities and doing all of that while being under the threat of deportation. Maybe you can convince your folks that those folks deserve at least a shot at fairness. And if they try to just redirect you to that, you say, yeah, that's great, but also their families. Because we know that Dreamers have a lot of support. We know essential workers and farm workers have a lot of support. But sitting there and saying you support them without supporting their family isn't really support at all. There's plenty to do. A big march action, the marching action tomorrow is one option. There will be more things that you can do. I know that the Border Citizen Society is working on some things for later on in May and into June. And I know that the Methodist group, Justice for Our Neighbors, is trying to plan some things. And so there will be multiple ways for you to engage this topic over the coming months. Not even with what President Biden addressed the Congress with the other day, the timeline still feels months out before any real votes. There's plenty of time for you to make contact with neighbors, with representatives, anything you got to do. But we are first, do no harm, but we are also fundamentally about fairness and a shot at fairness. So anyway, didn't mean to be heated, but that's what it is. So happy Friday. We will see you on whatever day church is. What day is that? Sunday? We'll see you on Sunday, 11:15 online. Hope you have a lovely rest of your Friday. Brian, thank you for helping us out. We will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.